Holy shit. So that's what excitement feels like? It's been so long since something in the gaming industry has made me this excited, I forgot the feeling. If you haven't seen a sneak peek to The Last of Us Part 2, I'm going to leave a link down in the video description. Watch it, come back right here to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes. Let's talk The Last of Us Part 2. Now, in this trailer, I got a symbolic vibe and then a literal vibe. Now, what happens? We see a crack house with a few dead bodies. Ellie has a wound, her hand's shaken because of adrenaline. She calms herself down, plays a guitar, sings about vengeance. Joel walks in like an official badass, and then he asks her if she wants to go through with this, and she's like, yes. It would be a boring game if I didn't. So, the symbolic vibe. Joel walks in through a bright light, maybe because of the way that they talk back and forth to each other. He's dead and she wants to get revenge. Maybe she's hallucinating him, or this doesn't actually happen in the game, but this is special for us, this teaser, and it basically summarizes what's coming up in Part 2. Now, I don't want that at all. I don't want it, and I don't think that's the case. I'm just acknowledging that there is a symbolic vibe to this teaser. I am leaning more towards the literal vibe. I think this scene literally happens in the game, where, let's say, at the end of the events of Part 1, they find some sort of life of normalcy at Tommy's. Maybe she even falls in love again, and a few years go by. The Fireflies track her down. We all know people talk, and in this world, they have outposts and areas where people trade and little towns. So let's just say somebody somewhere says something, and the Fireflies, obviously the one girl from, if you haven't seen it yet and you want to play catch up, I won't say names or ruin anything, but the one girl from Part 1, she could have told other people about her plans. Obviously, they weren't the only ones to know. Long story short, they find out about Tommy's. They track her down, kill everyone there, kill her friends and family, leaving only Ellie and Joel as the two remaining survivors. And that is what she means by, I'm going to track them all down and kill them, because the Fireflies would be hunting her down. And this actually leads to something interesting. I'll stay spoiler free here, but at the very end, you guys know there was that thing that happened between Joel and Ellie. If the Fireflies do come there, kill everyone looking for her, there's some conflict there, some interesting story potential they could do that would put a wedge between Joel and Ellie, and I think that's something interesting that you can explore, story-wise. Now, I keep saying Fireflies are the ones that are going to be the enemies, and I keep saying that, obviously, because of the events in Part 1, but also the symbolism with the stop sign and the Fireflies symbol on the stop sign in the teaser. Stop the Fireflies. She's talking about killing all of them. I just kind of assumed that that was symbolism for stopping the Fireflies. Now, I'm going to be honest, this little sneak peek teaser got me so damn excited. I know right now this is a day one purchase. Not only that, it's a special edition purchase. Whatever special edition they come out with, I'm all over it. I know because of some financial issues last time with Part 1, I wasn't able to get the special edition. I was real bummed out too, because it was only like $110, and that's insanely cheap compared to now. Fans are trying to sell it for, $1,200 used. It's so ridiculous. It's not even funny. With that said, I do want to do my part on this channel, and I want to start expanding. I've been talking about this with some of the Walking Dead games, expanding into gaming, but I definitely want to do it. Between The Walking Dead and The Last of Us, I want to play my part because I believe in The Last of Us Part 2. I believe in the story, the characters, I believe in the people who are creating this. I do want to support them because I just sense the passion here. The passion and the quality, it's just through the roof, and I want to be behind that and support it all the way. As far as supporting it, I do want to, between here and the release of Part 2, we probably have a while, but I want to do a follow-up to the sneak peek, maybe a breakdown or a review. And I'm already getting screen grabs so we can take a look, maybe not even looking for hints and evidence, but maybe even just discuss the different scenes from that. And I know other channels and other huge gaming channels most likely will do that, but for the Map family here at Make a Path Presents, and maybe a way to build other gaming fans that are new to this channel. So there is more I want to do with The Last of Us, both Part 1 and Part 2, and I already coincidentally started 2 days ago putting together a list of the top so-and-so. I don't want to give it a number now because it was floating around the top 7 things I love about The Last of Us, which is actually one incredibly fun video to do. Now, a minute ago I mentioned quality, and there was something that just jumped out of the sneak peek and punched me in the face, and it was the window. I'll get to that in a second. When I started watching the sneak peek, obviously we got revealed that that was Ellie, and she was aged a couple years, and that was exciting. We got the reveal of Joel walking into the house, and that was exciting. But when Joel walks into the house and she's on the bed playing the guitar, and the camera kind of pans to the left and pans out, and we see the window with the overgrowth growing into an open window. I believe there's 2 windows. One's open a crack and one's open a little more, and there's overgrowth growing in. That was the moment, and that was the consistency where I was like, this is quality. This is subtle quality and passion hidden in the first few images they're giving us of part 2. Because if you haven't played part 1 yet, the menu screen is of a broken window. It's like a window pane with one little block broken out. I think there's a couple, but one of it specifically has vine overgrowth coming in. Like there was at one part of the vine symbolizing the nature on the outside coming into the home. You can get definitely a few pieces of symbolism off of that, but that was the menu screen. It wasn't some explosive guy with some face shooting up shit and bodies getting exploded. It was this beautiful post-apocalyptic image of, the chaotic but natural world of Mother Nature just overtaking what mankind has done. The death, the fall of man, shit like that. It was just so subtle and beautiful as a menu screen, and they incorporated that into some of the first images. Now you could say that was a coincidence because they're in a house. There's gonna be a lot of overgrowth and shit like that, but it's that consistency and that passion we see shining through the subtle, soft moments. And that's what really counts, because when they are dealing with the smaller details and they are getting it so perfect and beautiful, you become confident and comfortable in the fact that they're going to get the big details right just the same. Like the story, the character development, the pacing, the flow, the gameplay. There's faults of part 1, sure, it's not perfect, but it is damn close to it. In my opinion, it's one of my all-time favorite games. So I will do everything in my power right now to support what little I can to support part 2. Now, if you have any suggestions, if you have anything that you want to see, or it could be anything. I could talk all day about The Last of Us. I love it that much. Any suggestions or ideas for not just part 2 coming up, but part 1, if you want to revisit it, for anything. I don't want to limit your suggestions, but it could be anything. As long as it has to do with The Last of Us, literally anything, from collectibles to the games, you name it. So go ahead and leave your thoughts, opinions, ideas, theories, suggestions, predictions. Leave it all down in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.